Hi, I'm Ethan Ballert, and these are the 3 things you need to know this week. Number 1, accomplishments. We have some exciting news to share about 2 people near and dear to the Harbor Cove family. The first is Dan Johnson. If you remember, Dan Johnson grew up in our church, went off to college, then came back and interned in our youth ministries for 2 years. He's now the middle school director at Countryside Community Church in Sherwood, Oregon. Thank you, Harbor Cove, for being a great church that helped this kid grow up in a faith-filled environment, gave him places to serve, trained him for ministry, and sent him out into the world. The second person is Jeremy Kidd. Now, while he didn't grow up at Harbor Cove, Jeremy has had more job titles here than a Pokemon has evolutions. Jeremy started out as a children's ministry intern here in 2014, then joined the North Campus team in 2015 and became a children's ministry resident. Because Jeremy continued to do amazing things, sometime around 2017, he got a permanent title, Children's Ministry Leader at North Campus. He continued to work on his MDiv through Fuller Seminary and finally completed the master's program in 2020. After that, he joined staff full-time as the new Director of Spiritual Formation at North Campus. But just recently, Jeremy reached his final form.
Who's that Pokemon?
Pastor. That's right, 2014 children's intern Jeremy Kidd is now 2021 Reverend Jeremy Kidd. He was welcomed into the Covenant Ministerium just this last week. Congrats, Jeremy. Number 2, Rooted Recap. Speaking of Jeremy, here he is with another recap of last week's Rooted topic.
If this is God's good world, then why is there so much suffering and pain in it? In the next 30 seconds, we're going to answer that question definitively. Nope. But what we are going to do is offer some rapid-fire thoughts worth considering when you're wrestling with questions like that. Number 1, not all suffering is directly deserved. Number 2, God still reigns, even when it doesn't seem like it. Number 3, for those who trust in Jesus, suffering is not forever. Number 4, God truly cares. He is not indifferent to us. Number 5, God works in our pain to form our character. Number 6, Jesus suffered too, and He's always with us in our pain. And number 7, sometimes just being with someone who's suffering is more important than trying to give answers. But hang on, where did all this brokenness and evil come from anyway? Well, that's our topic this week. Enjoy the journey.
Thanks, Reverend Jeremy Kidd. Be sure to check out YouTube and our app for longer versions of the weekly recap. Number 3, fun fact. Biscuits and gravy are kind of weird because it's basically some really wet flour poured over some really dry flour. And those are the 3 things you need to know this week. If you have any questions, please contact the church office.